Let's see. It has frozen every time I've tried this tonight. I don't know why OBS is blowing up on me. It's just crap. I'm really getting mad at OBS. I've tried Streamlabs. I don't know. I keep trying to change the resolution. I don't even know why the resolution of my screen matters. I'm not sharing my screen. I'm not doing anything with my screen. It's just somehow blowing up. Why? I don't know. I don't know what the encoder's doing. I've looked online. I've followed a million steps. Hey, how do you fix the problem with my stinking freaking OBS blowing up? I say, oh yeah, just do this, this, and this. And I do this, this, and this. And it goes, you should be all good now. And it just blows up. So, I don't know. I apologize if it blows up again. And I only have maybe 15, 20 more minutes here of this. And I've been trying to base this guy. But I have been, well, unsuccessful in being able to continue to do it because it keeps crashing and exploding and being a butt. But I have to keep looking at the camera because it keeps irritating me. But anyway, so I've based him a little bit. All I did was put some mud on him. So it just looks like a little bit more like real ground, right? So the idea is that he just looks a little bit more like he's not just sitting on a base. I mean, he is, but hopefully it doesn't look so much. So the other things I need to do is I'd like to get some more highlight on his eyes, put the black line in the middle of his eye. I got to fix this black line. Now I've got an idea on how I'm going to do that. There's actually two lines on these guys. He's got two stripes on each side. So the question is, how do we fix that? Well, the other side's got room for the other line, I think. This side, however, doesn't because I went down too low on the back side of the line. And I'm going to try to fix that quick. As quick as I can expect to fix it. Now it's a freehand line. There's nowhere, it doesn't tell you where to put the line. So you're just basically just like winging it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going to wing it. Now, I've seen this thing painted online by a number of people. I mean, there's a bunch of them. They all look pretty much the same. I mean, just done very well. So this is the one that doesn't really need my fixing because there's room. I can put the second line down below. It goes right over his leg and it kind of comes up the side here. And according to the pictures, and I'm trying to kind of go along with the pictures, you know, kind of meet the general scheme of what this guy's supposed to be. So we'll see. Pretty sure this is that my black? Nope, that is most definitely not my black. Why the heck did I put the black? Because that is not in any kind of way sort of even sort of black. All right, let's see. These puddles of paint look, well, nothing like you'd expect them to. Not sure that's black either. Jeez. When they puddle up like this, you can't tell what they are. It's just, is this one the black? This one, maybe this is the black. Okay, I think that's my black. Yep. Ugh, what a pain. I don't know if I turned it around or what I did. Definitely got it weirded out. I thought this little pile here was black too, but apparently not. Nope. Alright, we'll go with that pile. So I am using a red grass paint palette, and it's not the paint palette's fault that I'm having trouble telling which colors are which. It is actually the fault of my inability to see what puddles of paint look like once they're down. And ultimately what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to be cleaning up stuff just because I'm going to have to go over this thing and I'm just going to bring this other line on. The other side's going to take some extra fixage because the other side, I drew the line too low. Now this line doesn't get as thick, I noticed in the pictures, so I'm just basically kind of mimicking it. I mean, it does get thicker as you come towards the front, but not so much that, not like the top one. Okay, so now this trick, so this side's going to be a little trickier with this one. No, so whatever I did so far, OBS has lasted for more than 5 minutes, so that's good. We'll see if that can continue. All right, so this one I have to basically take this line and make it travel up. So what I'm going to do is try and just split the difference between the two. And then what I'll do is I'll paint the difference in the, oops, dang it, I painted the wrong paint there. And then I will take the green color I had and separate the two lines. The trick is not being, being kind of straight. It's not really, again, freehanding. Freehanding is not fun. I mean, it's fun when it comes out right, but if you're not a freehand expert like so many of these people online seem to be, like me, you're gonna find it can be a little frustrating to try. The extra fun part is going to be trying to make this line look kind of straight by way of his inside self here. Because he's twisted. How do you paint a straight line over a bunch of ripples? That's what I want to know. Because he does not. Some people have an eye for that, though. I've seen it. I've seen people like paint stuff like this, and they're like, that line looks perfect. It looks like it ripples through just like it's supposed to. You're not really painting a straight line through the ripples, right? I mean, it is supposed to be a straight line, but the ripples themselves have to be able to show that the line is bending according to the... Okay, so it's kind of thin in the middle here. Okay, so now I got to separate that part. That'll be fun. Which means taking the green that I used and trying to separate those two colors. Now there's a couple ways to do that. One we're going to try and do with like my piles of malignant green here that I accidentally put way too much on my palette for. And the problem is this green is not very solid, but I thought I did I thought I did mix this with like a more pigmented green, like a Viper green. So we'll see how that works. Let's see here. I might actually want to mix it a little bit more because there's probably some settling going on in there. Yeah, there you go. There we go, a little better. Pull out those pigments that are in the other paint. Now, the question is, can I do this in such a way that I don't just wreck what I just did? We're going to try to separate this line here. See, it's not even going on. It's just too too wet, too thin. I don't know what you want to call it. Some of that comes from simply being, well, for one, I'm going on top of black, which is not great. But I need to put like a more heavy pigment color over that, or I'm not going to ever get through this. So let's go ahead and try to put some plague brown. Plague brown is actually a pretty good over black color. It puts a decent base on it. If you're trying to just get a base that you can work with lighter colors on, it will cover up black pretty well, generally. Just put it straight on. It'll be your, like in this case, it'll be my patch color to get that black covered up, and then I can put my other color over it to lighten it back up into the green I want. And this will probably work a little better. It is better, but my brush is kind of wet, so I'll just have to. Let's get in there. You can already see that it's starting to look a little bit more separated. And I may have to let it dry to put another coat on, because it might not take this first time through here. I mean, even as is, you can already see it starting to separate. You can't see the black in the middle so much. Now I still want to go over it with the correct green, as this is starting to do its job. But I will need to go over it with the correct green so it lightens up and it doesn't look like the plague brown that it is. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with it. So now the lines look kind of separate. And then once I start putting on the other layers of the correct color over the top of that, this guy will look like it was always meant to be, 2 lines. Exactly as I planned it. See, originally I didn't even know there were 2 lines, and I was looking at the picture that I was basing this off of, and it's like, oh, he's got 2 stripes. Didn't know that. Guess I have to go back. So I want to put a little bit more gray on his chest. And then I got to fix his eyes and his teeth, and I mean, he's still got a few more things to do. But we're getting pretty close to where I want to be here. Pretty close. I don't know. I mean, I might yellow up that spot on his cheek, or, you know, definitely call out some details as we get closer. But let's go with, I don't know, what color should I put on his nails? Kind of a greenish gray, gray green. Is that a color? Gray green? Can you do gray green? Maybe if I just use the color I just had and add gray to it. Is that a thing? That's I'm gonna try. Should I do vampiric mist on his chest? I want something light and kind of almost like a wash white. I guess I could do the holy white. Holy white would probably be good. I'm going to use the 1.0 holy white. Now the problem is with 1.0 holy white, you got to be really careful with it because it's kind of reactivatable. But it will blend better, I think. It's going to let the other color through. It's going to act a little bit more gray. Maybe I should dry brush it. Just put it on really thin. That's the ultimate goal. See how much this, see how that sits? See, it's all white. You need to get that color. This 1.0 paint really, it's not very graceful about its settling. And it settles in a day. In a day it gets down there, and then it's really hard to mix it up. I don't know why it's so difficult. This paint is a better contrast paint than the 2.0 of the white anyway. I think I might actually even add some white to that. I don't want it to be too gray. I want it to be white ink. Oh, I have some here, it looks like. This is a pretty small effort here, so let's go and get my brush here, get it decently covered up in my gray paint. Then we will push it out a little bit. And this is the whole point of this here, is really just to lighten up this gray on his chest. I really want it to be it's a lot lighter now, even that, but I might need a little bit more. There you go. I do like that it's way lighter. Got a much better grayness to it. But you know what? I might still have to texture, still put a seam in there. I'm still not fond of the lack of contrast between the scales. You can't tell where the scales are very well. It's like I somehow blended them too much. But we're getting there. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to take this gray, straight up, contrast 1.0 paint. I'm going to just put it on these. Just an attempt to darken up these lines just a tad. I think he's getting pretty good. I feel like those spikes should be a different color or some kind of other highlighted color, but I'm going to do that. I think I need like my orange wash needs to be like mixed with that green and then put back on there on the top. I want it to be more on him, but I want it to be not so obvious. I don't want it to be obvious orange. I just want it to be oranger like I have on the top here. I just want to fill it better, but I want it to be what do you call it? More, not so bright. That's it, not so bright. Okay, that's it for now. Got some things I gotta go do, but we're getting there. Progress being made. Looks like I made it through this particular session. I wish I could have made it through all the other ones, but I'll cut and clip and see where I'm at. Till next time, take it easy. Bye.